About 2 years have gone since the Pretoria agreement signed between the Ethiopian government and TPLF forces under close monitoring of African Union. However, things haven't been as successful as reckoned because of the fragile condition in the region caused by the disintegrated political unit which claims power forcibly. Thus, the relocation and rehabilitation of people in the region was thought to be completed in a short period of time. The issue is still the area of talk. The president of the interim administration of the Tigray region, Getachew Reda, in this regard says the federal government has played its immense role, but the interim administration has been highly hindered by pressure groups in the region which claim power unacceptably.
የፕሪቶሪያ ሂደት ሄደን መጨረሻ ላይ ደረስንበት ስምምነት ተግባራዊ አድርጎ ወደ ተሟላ ሰላም መመለስ በሚገባው ሰዓት የፖለቲካ ብልሽትም ከምንም ነገር በላይ ተጠያቂ ነው።
Any political group which hindered the successful implementation of the Pretoria agreement should be questioned. By the time we have to be back to full peace and stability, after the agreement, we were in hustle and bustle. The group that doesn't interest in peace has been trammeling the peace process. For our failure to implement the peace process, I don't think the federal government is not blamed anymore. It is the illegal TPLF fraction that is totally responsible for the shortcomings so far. This fraction group doesn't bother about the people's safety, but its own blind dream of holding power through aggressive approach are their indications of coup d'etat in the region.
የተፈጠረን ሰላም ሁሉን አቅሙን ተጠቅሞ ማቆየት ይፈልጋል፣ መጠበቅ ይፈልጋል።
In his statement, the president said that the people of Tigray strongly need peace more than anything else, as they have been through a lot of sufferings for the past 4 years. He pointed out that there are people who have endured the war in which hundreds of thousands of citizens were killed and later entered into peace through the Pretoria agreement. However, the leadership that didn't do enough to prevent the war from happening at the time, instead of implementing the agreement reached in Pretoria after the war and returning to complete peace, has moved to plunge the region into chaos again, he said.
የትግራይ ህዝብ ወደ ሰላም ነው መሄድ የሚፈልገው። የፖለቲካ አመራር የፈጠረው ብልሽት አሁን ተፈጥሮ ያለው ግርግር ግን የትግራይ ህዝብ ነገን በተስፋ ሳይሆን በስጋት
The people of Tigray want peace. The youth of Tigray want peace. And they want to learn, grow and accumulate wealth. The atmosphere that an illegally power-seeking group has created now makes the people of Tigray expect a dark future, not a bright future. Sees the people misery, not comfort. External forces who are also actively engaging to disintegrate the region. Those who have had grudges against both the region and the country are benefiting from it. Therefore, as I have been doing, call on all those who concerned to sustain peace in Tigray region. Now the people of Tigray are in crossroads. What the people demand are development, peace and stability, but what this war-mongering group needs is chaos. We have blamed the federal government many times so far. But now, as to me, a giant obstacle now for the peace and development in the region is this group.
በእኔ እምነት በአሁኑ ሰዓት እንደዚህ አይነት ችግሮች እንዳይፈቱ ከማድረግ አንፃር ትልቁ አደናቃፊ ሆናለሁ ጊዜው አስተዳደር ውስጥ ያለው ትርምስና አሁን ጉባኤ አርጋለሁ ያለ ትግራይን ወይ ላይ ትርምስ ምዕራፍ ለማስገባት የሞከረ ኃይል መሆኑ መታወቅ መቻል አለበት።
What makes the situation in Tigray even worse is the involvement of the security forces in the tension of the interim administration and the TPLF fraction which held its congruence without the permission of the Ethiopian election board. The president in this regard says the federal government has now a responsibility to sustain peace in the region, also overseeing its institutions in the region. He also mentioned peace should be restored sooner before further losses are experienced.
እርስ በርስም ግጭት ማስቀረት መቻል ስላለብን ሌሎች ጠላቶች ገብተው ይሄን ሊጠቀሙበት የሚችል እድልም መከልከል ስላለበት ፌደራል መንግስት ለዚህ
as we have to tackle conflict and as there are possibilities that external pressure group will also join is integrating the region, federal government should now offer enough support for this. The federal government doesn't need my invitation when it comes to protecting its borders. For instance, there are federal institutions in the region and it is its responsibility to protect its properties. It is as simple as that regarding the federal government's role in sustaining peace in Tigray region. Therefore, the implementation of Pretoria agreement should be the primary focus of the federal government as well.
ፕሪቶሪያ በተሟላ መልኩ መፈጸም አለበት የሚለው ጥያቄ እኛም እናቀርበው ብቻ ሳይሆን የፌደራል መንግስቱም ሲሪየስሊ ወስዶ መሟላት ያለባቸው በተደጋጋሚ የሚነሱ ከዲዲአር ከምናም ጋር ተያይዞም የሚነሱ ጉዳዮችንም ማስፈጸም መቻል አለበት።
The Pretoria agreement was signed after a 2-year long war in Ethiopia's northern region which resulted in the loss of hundreds of people.